Yo, yo, yo.
Good. What's good, people? What's
we
good?
are back. Happy Ramadan.
Yeah, happy Ramadan to you people, man.
Yeah, Ramadan coming to everyone.
First of all, again, thank you for everyone listening, man. Getting some sick viewership. We got some from like America, innit?
Yeah.
So,
Guatemala as well.
Guatemala
Crazy.
listeners. It's sensational, already international. So yeah, we're hearing we got some good feedback from you guys, so we really appreciate it. Yeah, as you can hear, it's your guy, F17, aka Hoodless Brown. I'm here with...
It's your boy Dan.
It's your boy JK.
Come on, this is the L
Earning.
Podcast.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah, we've been getting some nice little feedback, man, which is really appreciated. Viewership is growing.
Yeah, literally, the more feedback you guys can give us, the better. Positive, negative, obviously, we're trying to improve as much as possible. So anything you guys have to say would be much appreciated.
For sure. But anyways, what are you saying, lads? How's things?
Things alright. We're talking on camera, being a little ill the last couple of days, maybe it's the weather, maybe it's COVID, who knows, but getting better on the mend, slowly but surely.
Cool, so you just being in your sick bed?
Yeah, literally just being in bed and more like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, just trying to recover, and then, I've been working since like Tuesday, so yeah, I'm getting better, but probably by the weekend I'll be back to 100%,
So what do you do when you're ill and you're not working?
Bro, literally, I lie in bed. Luckily, like, what's quite nice is, like, especially my mum, so I think it was on Tuesday when I was ill, just in case it was COVID, obviously I stayed in my room and she literally got me my lunch, she got me my dinner, like, it was just, like, it was really nice, like, and obviously, because me and my mum have both had COVID at the same time, we both know what it's like to both get the food given to us and obviously also have to go get food for other people, so, that was just really nice, but like I said, apart from that, my week's been, same old, but we move, we move.
Shout out to Mumsy, man.
Yeah, shout out.
If you're a mum, then shout out to you as well. You saying, JK, how's things, man?
I'm alright, man. I fasted the last couple of days.
Oh yeah,
how's that going?
Yeah, I'm trying to see how it is. I thought this year I'll do the first week and the last week.
Okay.
I've got a lot of Muslim friends, so I thought I'd join in.
Decent. What's it saying?
It's been alright. Not drinking water is a tough one. And normally, you wake up in the middle of the night and like you eat and then but I can't really do that. I don't think I can wake up, eat and then go back to sleep, do you know what I mean?
Oh.
So if once I stop eating or that, I don't know. If I go sleep at 11, that's it, till 7:50 or whatever you break fast.
Oh, so you're sleepy, you're eating at night?
So I obviously break fast whenever they break fast.
Yeah.
And then I don't really wake up in the middle of the night to like eat and then go sleep, and so once I eat, that's about it until
you break fast and then you break fast again.
Basically, yeah.
I was gonna ask, what do you find like hardest about fasting? Because obviously I've fasted for different reasons. Like I fasted for a day, 2 days, and obviously I was just gonna ask you, like, what's like the hardest part about actually fasting for you?
I think it's interesting, right? Because I used to do intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
For like while I was training, because I wanted to lose weight and stuff, which is a bit different because obviously I was eating in gaps, but it's not really the same, right? But this one, I think it's just the drinking. But after a bit, it gets past like 12, and then I'm fine.
Yeah.
First few hours, I was a bit lightheaded. I do get thirsty a lot, but because I'm working till 5, right? So most of it I don't really think about it. I'm distracted. But it is tough. Shout out to all of you.
I rate it. I've always said I rate like Muslims and Islamic believers for doing the Ramadan thing. I know I would struggle a lot. One day I'd love to challenge myself, maybe when I'm not training. Yeah. I struggle with training, but I've never done the fasting thing for like ever.
Requires so much discipline. Which I mean, it's tough, man.
That's the thing.
I think Ramadan always takes me back to like Italy days, right? Where I used to live was like a lot of like Muslims, and Ramadan in the summer it was a vibe. Like everyone fasts during the day, so it was empty. So it was like it's a piazza. I don't know. It's like a
compound.
Yeah, it's a compound, right? And then there's like a big park in the middle. And during the day it's quiet because everyone's home, and then at night after they break fast, everyone goes to like the park and you just play football until 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and then everyone goes and break and eat and then go sleep, and then the day is just quiet. So all this takes me back in the days.
The good old days.
Yeah, good old days.
That's so you basically, you've been fasting, what else?
Been fasting, working, Just that's it, you know. I wanted to go to Italy for a bit, so we're looking at that, but got exam coming up, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, well, if people don't know, what exam you got coming up?
Studying for the CFA level 1.
Or CFA?
So CFA, sorry, just to jump in quick time. Yeah, so it's a Chartered Financial Analyst. That's kind of the title.
So Chartered Financial Analyst exam.
Yeah.
Okay. And you basically do that to get certified, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So people know that you know what you're talking about when it comes to investing money and all that kind of stuff.
You got the exam coming up?
Same income. Yeah, mine's I think like 19th of May, so it's about a month and a bit away. So there's a bit of time, but it's creeping up slowly but surely.
Yeah, I rate you guys still. I feel like I'm done with exams.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I say that you never know.
You never know.
Having said that though, like I feel like at some point in life I'm gonna study psychology.
Oh, you think? Yeah, no.
Because as human, the decisions we make as humans fascinate me. They're starting to fascinate me more so as I'm getting older. And I'm like, I'd love to understand where this comes from, like in the brain. Like,
behavioural psychology is it's super interesting. Isn't it?
Something I mentioned, yeah.
But
yeah, how have I been? Yeah, my week's been. I've been busy.
How many people have you inspired this week?
Hey, it's even half term, so I thought have a nice calm half term, but it hasn't been that. It's been busy, but it's been good. So you yesterday went to uni.
Yeah, I saw a big milestone for you, man. Congrats, man. Big milestone.
Thank you. So. That was that was nice. It's been sick. It's been like I'm a very workaholic kind of person, so like 100 miles an hour. So I don't really take time to really take in what's happening.
Yeah.
Which is something I do need to work on. But it's like it kind of I get forced to think about it when like people message me like, oh raw, like your dreams are coming true kind of thing, and I'm like, are they? And I'm like, yeah, they kind of are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been that, man. It's been that, but it's been nice. It's been sick. And I've been doing my public speaking classes as usual.
How they been going?
Good. Been getting the sales, which is good. Like getting better at sales, which actually brings me on to an interesting topic. What is your opinion, both of you, on commission only jobs?
Ooh.
Start from JK.
I mean, it's a job, isn't it? I don't know. Like, I never really thought about it. I guess, works both ways. If you don't make any commissions, it's like you're working but you're not getting paid. But if you're very good at sales, then you can make a lot of money out of it. So, I guess I don't really have an opinion on it. I think it's a job. I can see someone doing it as a full-time job if like you're really good and you know that this is working. But then at the same time, when you're not selling, you're making no money, right? So I see it more as a side job maybe, but then it depends on how good you are at sales, right? So
yeah, that's my opinion. I think there's a bit of a taboo on it where people don't really rate it. I think as an adult, it's good to do, but as a side, I wouldn't recommend someone to do it as a full-time basis, because even you can be as good as you want at selling, but like for example, there's some classes where like end of the day, you only have so much power over, like, if people aren't on trying to buy, like, you can tell them what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, but I think they're actually really good, especially if you like somewhat entrepreneurial, because it teaches you how to sell.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm only getting paid if I sell. So you're forced to learn and to get better.
Yeah, it kind of puts you in that fight or flight situation
100%.
where you need to succeed, because if you don't, obviously you're just not going to get any income whatsoever.
So maybe for someone who's younger, if you're younger and you're like, I don't know, you're looking for like your first kind of job, I would say actually maybe go for like a commission-based job, because you've got nothing to lose if you're young and you're at home, and you will learn the art of selling.
I feel like you can
really help.
You can only sell what you're really passionate about, though.
That helps.
Yeah, no,
that
100%.
Not only, sorry.
Not only,
it helps a lot.
100. It definitely helps, because like me personally, I think I would struggle to sell. Obviously, I'm selling a public speaking course, which I've seen, transform people from being anxious people to actually being able to speak about people, which is easier for me. Because you've got to be persuasive, innit? And I've learned with selling is like your conviction versus their conviction, and the person who's most convinced will win, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So their conviction is like, oh, I'm not really sure about this. Your conviction is this will help you, and if my conviction overwrites yours, more time you're gonna make the sale, kind of thing.
No, I agree. I mean, to be like James, I've never really like had a proper opinion on a commission-only job. The only thing I will say is that we all kind of just discussed it just now. It is obviously a very risky job because obviously your income and your livelihood is 100% dependent on your ability to be able to connect with someone and sell them a service or product, whatever it is. Obviously, if you can't do that well enough, you're going to be with no income. But at the same time, do I see it as like a side hobby? If you're great at it, then obviously it's not a side hobby, it's 100% your job. But at the start, obviously it probably will start off being a side hobby.
I wouldn't really call it a hobby, to be fair. Like.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a hobby. But also, I disagree that you should only do it if you're good at it. Mm-hmm. I think even if you're not good at it, it's a good exercise to see whether you're good at it or not, kind of thing. Because you wouldn't really know until you try it. And even if you're not good at it, you can get better at it.
Yeah, no, that's true. I tell that.
Especially if like one day you're gonna have a business or service that you want to sell. It's good practice to sell someone else's business or service beforehand. So that even if you don't sell, it's like it's not my business, it's not my service.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I'd mention it because like a few people I've spoken to about like, oh nah, commission-only jobs are rubbish. But I'm like, okay, like,
but
it depends. Yeah, and it depends. Like, you know, especially if you're doing other things that are certifying your income and you're doing your commission on the side.
I can see why someone would say it's rubbish. If that's a 9-to-5 job, then fair enough. Like, because you don't.
I wouldn't recommend it as
do you know what I mean? Then I can
9-to-5.
see why you say that, but I don't really see how it's rubbish if you just do it on the side.
For sure.
Because what's rubbish about that?
Exactly.
You're making money. You know what I mean?
That's
So.
true. So, but yeah, man, it's been a good week. It's gonna be a week. My week has slapped like Will Smith.
That was one heck of a slap, that.
Well,
Briefly, I wanna hear your lot's opinion on it.
So when I first saw the video, I thought, okay, it's not staged, and I kept watching it back, and I thought it's staged for two reasons.
You thought it was staged when you first watched it?
Yeah. And the reason why I thought it was staged is one, and I think it was you that pointed this out to me. I think there's this like a angle where when Chris Rock makes the joke initially, Will's laughing. I'm like, cool, okay, you're laughing, but Jay is there just not laughing, so okay, fair enough. And it's almost the way he walked onto the stage. It just seemed too good to be true. Like, it just seemed that the whole thing was just a massive ruse, like it was just unscripted. But then obviously you see it back and you see like what's happened afterwards. Obviously him publishing that apology. I think he's resigned from one of the the Oscar. I can't remember what it is exactly, but he's resigned. And now when I look back at it, I'm just like, yeah, this wasn't scripted. It was crazy.
So up until that point, you thought it was scripted?
I still 100% thought. Me and James disagreed on this. I thought 100% it's scripted.
Nah. Why did you think it's scripted?
but bro, why are you laughing and then half an hour later?
Exactly.
I mean, not half an hour later, but first of all, why are you laughing at the joke? And then you're magically upset. And I saw something on, I think it was Facebook or something. And it's like Chris Rock is kind of expecting the slap, like he's already like halfway.
Yeah, he's bracing for it.
Like he's bracing for it. Like
almost looks like
he's like he's going there. You know when footballers are defending with their hands in the back, he's like, I don't want to handball it. That's what it looks like. It does look a bit staged. You know, like.
Nah, I don't think so. The first time I watched it, I saw it on I must have woken up. I was chilling, went on Instagram, and that's the first thing I see. Man got slapped, and I was like, huh? So when I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is...
Yeah, I thought so.
But after I watched it again, I thought, nah, this is real. Especially afterwards when he's sitting down and he's shouting, get my wife's name. I was like, nah, this is real. And I understand that he was laughing initially, but I guess... So I don't think that's... I think there's a number of reasons why he did that. I think number one, the slap wasn't necessarily for him. That was for his missus.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously, like, his first reaction was he laughed. And then second of all, I think it's like clearly just bottled up frustration from everything that's been happening. The whole entanglement thing.
Yeah.
La. It looks like he's just been stressed. You're not buying it.
I don't know, man. These men are actors, innit?
That's what I was saying,
They're all
man.
actors at the end of the day. Like,
So you still think it's staged?
I don't know. I don't know. Because I feel like someone was saying how the Oscars have just been boring, innit? It's been boring for
So they
the
want to liven it up a little bit.
Nothing happened. I don't know. Like, I'm just playing devil advocate, innit? If tomorrow they came out saying it's staged, I wouldn't be surprised. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
Do you think they staged that for Oscar
entertainment purposes?
Because honestly, look, I was going to say, I don't think anyone actually really knew the Oscars were on that night. I didn't know it until you saw the article. Will Smith slap.
But I won't lie. The Oscars is not for us. So because there was a slap, are you gonna watch next year's Oscars?
No.
So what's the point?
Some people might.
I
I think
people are aware that. I don't know, innit? I'm saying, now that the slap happened,
Yeah.
people are aware that the Oscars, maybe next year someone else might get slapped. Maybe I'll tune in, who knows? You know
Are you gonna do that?
Not me.
Are you
but
gonna do
people,
that?
Nope.
Yeah, but that's two of us, bro. There's so many people in the world.
This is the sample size. I can say, yeah, someone. Do you get, like, we can just speculate on anything. Do you get, like, I don't see how a slap will make anyone want to watch the Oscars next year. Because even if there is a slap next year, I can just see it on Instagram in the morning. I'm not gonna watch the whole 2-hour show. I think the Oscars is just not for us anyway. Like,
Yeah,
like we didn't know
we're
about
not,
it,
yeah.
but we're not the top. Like, I don't care to see award shows anyway.
Yeah, we're not really the target audience, are we?
Who is
Nah.
the target audience?
Just whoever watches award shows.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah,
The
not us.
Oscars, the Brits.
Yeah.
All I watch is GRM Daily Awards because I want to see that.
They're cold. They're cold.
Yeah. I don't think it was staged at all. I think that was genuine, bro.
But then, okay, slightly different question. What did you actually make of? I know you did a preview just now. But
Yeah.
was he right to actually slap him, or what? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Absolutely not. I don't think he was right to slap him. I think even if it was bottled up frustration, there was better ways to go about it. I think even if he was just shouting, "Get my wife's name out your mouth" from his seat, that would have been a better way than just going up and slapping him. So I definitely think it was totally the wrong way to do it because you know you can't just get upset and slap someone.
Yeah.
Get back then on the I also believe that just as humans we're flawed, so I can't really get onto it too much because I just think it's just bottled up frustration.
I think it's a bit mad.
What do you think, James?
He's a comedian, innit? He's making a joke. Fair enough, like you're upset and it's not a funny joke. I get that fully. But he's a comedian. His job is to make people laugh. He made a joke. You know, he's making jokes about everyone that's there. Do you know what I mean? It's not just you. Even if you have bottled up frustration, I guess deal with it another way. As you said,
I agree with that.
we are flawed. Like, I'm not saying that I don't make mistakes, but I think that's a bit mad. Like, live TV is slapping in the face.
And obviously, I get it. It is a sensitive topic.
Yeah,
it
is.
But
I
at
agree
the
with
same
that,
time, like you've heard so many more. Like if you just watch Family Guy, for example, the way they go after people, it's crazy.
I think it's different because, for example, Family Guy will make like political jokes, like jokes about, I don't know, like pregnancy or black people, or like, whereas like if disclaimer, I don't rate what Will did, innit? But the reason why, so I don't think like I can sit here and just say, oh, like he's absolutely crazy or whatever. One, because I think humans are flawed. Two, because this is clearly something that she's obviously struggled with, and he's her husband, innit? So obviously she's been, I don't know, confided in him, crying, I don't know, like he's seen the hurt that this woman's gone through. As soon as he said the joke, she was pissed off straight away.
She was annoyed, yeah.
So, I don't know, if you've seen your wife just constantly cry, be upset about it. Because I even think that Willow Smith, their daughter, also shaved her hair in support of her mum. So clearly something that she's, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously, you've had her whole August thing going on. Again, I don't rate what he did. But, I don't know if I was him, I don't think I would have slapped him, but I can see, I think as humans, genuinely, if we don't let out some steam, we can pop.
Yeah,
I think that's an
just the
example
way
of
he.
that.
Yeah, that might just be the way he just popped in that sense. Yeah, but yeah, that was ballsy, man. That was
So,
the way he just walked up to him. Man.
I don't know, man. I agree fully like with everything you said, innit? But that's his job, bro. Like he's making like.
Yeah, no,
There's
no,
not.
no, no.
I don't think there's anything malicious. He didn't mean it like. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
There was no.
For sure.
So, I get it because everything he said makes sense, 100%. But I just think that's not. It wasn't the way to go about it.
I agree. Well, it's an interesting conversation then, like, as men. So, like, for example, if I was to ask you, man, how do you, man, deal with, like, letting off steam? Like, when you're mad stressed, like, is there anything that you know works for you that allows you to not get to a stage where you're popping off?
I know for me, one thing that works well is the gym, or just exercise in general, some way that I can be explosive. Obviously, I'm not going to be yelling in the gym because I'm just not like that. But if there's a way where I can be explosive in what I'm doing without obviously causing so much of a scene, then that's just kind of the way I can release, let things go. Like
That's it. That's so interesting because my first way of thinking was actually meditating, which is completely opposite.
Okay.
Have you guys ever meditated?
I've never, not properly. No, I've never really tried to. Like, and I've heard such good things about meditation, how it's so good for you, but I've never done it myself.
Meditation is cold. Like, I started meditating because I read it. I was reading best self-help books, and they all spoke about meditating. And I was like, why is every successful person who's a book I'm reading talking about meditating?
Yeah.
There must be something in it. So that's when I first started it. So I downloaded this app called Headspace.
Oh yeah, I know the app. Yeah.
Headspace. So I even, it was funny, it actually just came up as a YouTube ad, downloaded it. Headspace is a good starter if you wanted to start because it tells you what to do. So like it tells you, sit down in a position, close it. It's guided meditation, so they guide you. And it's good. Usually you have to, after like a month you have to pay, but in that month you learn how to do it so you don't necessarily have to keep paying. And honestly, meditating actually, what it does, so it's like, the example I can give is that your head is like a messy room, and meditating it's like tidying up the room. It like tidies up your mind and your thoughts.
Yeah.
In a really weird way, So yeah, I'd recommend it to people still.
That's fair. Actually, I feel like, so I think it's my mum that told me this. She does this thing called basically soaking, which sounds very similar. So obviously she just has like very quiet music in the background, very soothing music, and she's not sleeping, she's not resting, she's almost just still, like just emotionally, physically, mentally just still, and just lets her thoughts just take her wherever they take her. Like she's just in a sense of peace. It's pretty much the same thing. But and again, because obviously I said before how I use the gym as a way of kind of releasing, but that's almost the complete opposite, but even more effective way of kind of just letting off steam.
For sure, I agree. Is there any reason why you might have never tried it?
Honestly, there's no reason. Like I can't even think of a reason right now why I've not tried it. Like it's so easy just to download an app. Like there's no reason. Like I'm being totally honest. I don't know about you, James, but
I just play football.
I mean that's just as good, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Everyone's got their own. That's why it's good to discuss it.
I just play football. Plays my head better than. I guess it's the only thing I've done. And it's the only thing that I know works. I haven't really tried anything else. I guess.
I think it's good to have different. I saw this video. It's kind of sick. It was kind of like there was like a big jug, right? And someone was pouring bare water in the jug, and she's like, the water is like, I don't know, stress, life, da 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 da. And then basically, obviously, after a bit, the jug was overflowing. So she's like, this is what happens when. And then she was like, she started poking the mug, the jug.
Yeah.
And then some water was coming out of like the thing she was poking.
Yeah.
She's like, when you were poking it, then obviously, even though stress keeps coming in, it will never ever flow because it's coming out. And the thing she was poking, she was like, meditation, gym, da da da. So she was just the more things you find that allow you to release stress, the less it will overflow. Yeah. That's kind of like it was a sick analogy.
That's a really sick analogy. I like that.
Yeah, it was a very sick analogy. And man, I think, we don't really discuss this as like young men. You know what I'm saying? Like meditation or just what do you do to let off steam? But I think, bruv, okay, well, it might be staged, but, you know, looking at Will Smith's example, like, we need to try and not get to the stage where we're that. Because, I mean, it has happened to me where I've been so pissed off where I've behaved uncontrollably. And I was like, yo, I never want to get to that place again.
Is there like a specific example that you might want to share? Or, if not, we're going to try and get you in any trouble tonight.
Okay.
I think more so when you were younger, though.
I wasn't even that young, that's the issue.
Actually.
Oh, yeah.
I can think of so many.
When I was younger, Okay, I'll tell you a story when I was younger. Me and James. Okay, so... This competitive edge has eventually been a blessing for me. But I've been mad competitive from when I was young.
Yeah.
Right? Like too like it was a bit of a problem when I was young, but it's helped me now with all the things that I do. Right. So there was one birthday where James was still in Italy and he came to visit. Like, because obviously his birthday's in August. Summer holidays, James is in London, innit? Cool. So it's on his actual birthday or something. Yeah, it's actually his actual birthday. We've gone to a football cage to play football. Obviously, bear in mind, these times James is playing for like Parma, right? This is basically pro for a kid. I was really playing. But I'm competitive in it, so I'm like, I'm gonna play football versus James, smashing him. So we're doing like goal to goal. So if you don't know what goal to goal is, one person's on one goal, person's on the other goal. You're not allowed to cross the halfway line and just shoot, and then first to 10 or whatever. So James must have smoked me, innit? Beat me like 10-1. So obviously I was angry. Like, how dare you come to London
and do this
to visit me? You're sleeping in my room, I'm housing you and feeding you, and you're beating me 10-1? You know what I did? I said, this is what I'll do. I will run home so that because you don't know the way home, so you can get lost.
This is in Brixton.
These times I live in Brixton Hill.
I didn't even know what Brixton
is. It was rough. It was rough. So I was so angry that he beat me. I just said, I'm going to run home so you can be lost.
That's crazy.
I didn't take into consideration that my house was a straight line. So literally, man was just walking behind me like, why is this guy running? Like, I'm just walking right behind him like. So that was a time where the anger took out of me. Yeah. Or generally, as an older person, it's only happened with like a previous partner of mine, innit? Must have had a mad argument or whatnot, and I've just been mad pissed off. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I didn't do anything crazy, but I was just I didn't recognize myself, innit? The way I was like raising my voice was like, this ain't me. And like, yeah, I can only imagine what that's like to a bigger scale. So I think it's important that, you know, men, women, whatever, young people, older people, like, we find ways to relieve that stress, because it is stressful, innit? Like, life is stressful.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think another way, which again, it kind of can be linked with meditation, is like nature. So obviously, I know for me personally, one thing that helps is if I'm feeling just like angry at someone or just stressed, going for a walk, especially around like new surroundings. The thing I like about walking the most is not necessarily the actual exercise, it's just seeing new things that I haven't seen before. 100. So literally just walking around my area, going for like an hour walk or even half an hour walk, it's just so refreshing. But that when I come back, I'm just like, why am I even angry? Like, what was I angry about? Like, that really helps me.
I don't like walking around London, man.
The issue is where we live, bro.
Yeah, it's where you live.
I don't like walking in ends.
Yeah, it's different.
But like even today, so I got to my central London class like an hour early because I had physio before that, and I just went straight. And I was just like, bye, flipping Big Ben and that. And I was waiting for a little stroll, and I was like, oh, this is nice. But I would not want to do that.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I used to drive to London and walk around.
But then,
that's fine. But it's not the same. Like for example, in the summers that I used to go like Wales and do hiking and stuff. That's
better. I hate it.
You know what I mean? So like when I walk around ends, it's not really the same. Just walking around bare cars, bare noise.
See the big views.
You know what I mean? There's no mollies there. You know, nothing to look at.
Alright, speaking of like basically young men and young people helping each other, yeah. There's a new segment in the pod. Yeah, I haven't even told the man name yet.
Yeah, this is a surprise to us.
This segment is called Accountability Police.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's something that obviously I'm doing it today because I just made it up. So a bit unfair, but it is what it is. But obviously the viewers, you can do it too, listeners, and obviously the man name, you can do it too. I actually encourage you to do it. So accountability police is when we hold each other accountable for things that we have said on this podcast.
Okay.
Okay. So, has anyone got a coin? How many guys it does?
Oh, I don't have a... Like, I don't think I've got a coin on me.
Alright, let's use the cocoa butter.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Alright, heads or tails then?
Heads.
Heads. And then James tails. So the loser will be the person that's held accountable in this episode.
Alright, cool.
Wait. You said you're doing it because you mentioned it. So heads or tails.
Oh no, but obviously I have the evidence. You guys didn't come with evidence.
You come with receipts.
Next time you have to come with evidence.
Alright, cool.
What's the next
Yeah. So your head. Your
Heads,
tail.
yeah.
Your head.
Yeah.
Daniel is head.
Why?
James is tails. Daniel is heads. James is tails. Tails.
Hey, so I'm going to be held accountable this
Yeah,
episode.
maybe I'll come.
Okay, so I got to know what I'm
So
saying.
I got a video to play. Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
I ain't gonna know what video this is.
So this is Daniel, right? This is Daniel.
Time. Those are just all excuses. Like, if I'm being honest, those are just all excuses. Like, there's things that I could be doing on the side, even when I've got to spare, I don't know, half an hour or spare hour to be better in myself. So it's just me trying to actually kind of motivate myself to actually start doing that consistently. And that's something I've got to change about myself, and that's something I've done recently.
Wow.
I stand by those words 100%. 100%.
So, that was 1 month ago. What have you been doing since?
Okay, I'll tell you 2 quick things that I've been doing. Obviously, it's not things consistently, but at least it's a start. So obviously, one of them, I don't know if I talked about it in that episode, but one of the things on top of the idea about like having a fantasy football app that I had, which is the blog about sports, because again, I feel like I can say so much about sport. I'm just pinning out on the public for them to read, even again if it's just one person that reads it, so be it. So I have a friend, well I say a friend, my sister's boyfriend, he has a blog on cybersecurity. So I was just kind of asking him questions about, how did you go about starting the blog, like any advice? And the thing he said, which I think you might have also said, is literally just start. Like, even if it's just one every month, just start. And at least you've got a starting point. If you start being consistent from early, it's going to be so much easier. You're going to find it so much more fun to keep it going. So obviously I'm going to I've started jotting down some ideas of, okay, what do I actually want to do with this blog? Like, kind of what direction I want to take. and you know I'm going to start thinking, like, okay, when realistically do I actually want to start maybe putting the first one out, if it's next week, the week after, but obviously at least I'm taking steps right now. Like I said, I don't know exactly when I might start it, but it's now in my head.
You tried it, man. I knew he did something about it because obviously he worked and stuff.
I didn't.
So when you play the video, I was laughing in my head.
I didn't actually know, so I thought it's good. Like,
Yeah.
so you know, and I encourage you man to do it as well, because peer pressure, it has quite a negative connotation, but peer pressure can be good if we're pressuring our peers to do the right thing or to do the good things that they say they were going to do, innit?
No,
so
that's true. No.
I thought it's a nice little segment. Like,
No, I rate that, man. And obviously
the
the second thing, so I found an article, well, I say an article, it's probably like just a post, basically like the ins and outs of actually starting a fantasy app, how much it might cost, what you need to do. So what I did is I literally bookmarked it so that I'll go back to it in more detail and actually read it and see what I can start maybe potentially piecing together. So there's already 2 things that I've started since that last episode.
Wavy,
Like
you seeing this?
So
you seeing this? Like,
making progress, people.
Out earning. This is, you get it. We're not just saying it. I'm saying, man said, like, I know there's things I can do to get things in motion. Man's done things to get things in motion. You get me?
I'm trying to think. I wonder what he was gonna play.
I
don't even want to know.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
This episode, he didn't get held accountable.
Off camera.
But yeah, I think we've got a slide, man.
Yeah, no.
Got a slide. It's been a great one as
Yeah, it's been a
always.
good one, boys.
If you're enjoying this, just share this with a couple of your friends.
Or just sponsor it.
Do you get hey? Share this with a couple of your friends. Do you know what I'm saying? And like also check us out on YouTube.
Yes, please.
Subscribe. You get me? If you're listening on Spotify, then give us a little follow, give us a little rating. And that's it, man. We appreciate you lots.
Yeah, we love you guys, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the
Thank you
all
for
the you're doing.
tuning in as usual.
As usual. Say nothing, guys. This is the L
Earning
Podcast.
Love.
back.